Are you looking for a relatively easy, cheap, and fast way to reproduce scales and other textures? Well, I've got the solution for you. Let's start with your design. I recommend using a stiff clay, like sculpting. Sculpt and lay it in a piece of Tupperware. Now we can get ready to make our mold. I'm using molding plaster here. A lot of building supply stores carry this type, and it's cheap as dirt. The stuff I have here is about $15 for 50 pounds. Anyway, this plaster mixes at roughly 1 plaster to 1 water by volume. But you can eyeball it by adding plaster to your water so you get a little island that hangs around for a bit. That tells you that you have just about enough in there. Wear a dust mask to avoid breathing plaster dust and making a mold of the inside of your lung. Mix your plaster powder and water mix very thoroughly. Plaster set time can be accelerated by using hot water and by continuing to stir. We're pouring here so we don't need the plaster any thicker than melted ice cream. Plaster liquid into your molding spoon. You can give it a little tap or shake to free air bubbles, but your plaster should be thin enough to get around and into the details fairly easily. I like to let plaster set for a day, but if you're in a rush, it really only takes minutes for a hot water mixture to cure. Take an extended lunch break with your pals. If it's not going dry after a day, it could mean a few things. 1, the humidity may have been very high. 2, you may have had a little bit too much water. Or 3, it might be old plaster that has absorbed some humidity over its shelf life. It should still be usable and safe to remove from the container. I've got some primed sample castings here to show some different options. I've got black Worbla, my favorite, mesh Worbla, and recycled Worbla. I made my scale sculpture in a way that they can match up together on any side and look seamless. For this video, I'm just going to hit it with the black and trans Worbla. Got my black Worbla here, cut a little larger than the mold, and my trans Worbla. I got my heat gun, and now I'll just get this stuff out of the way and get it cooking. As soon as I can, I start fingering the Worbla into the mold. It's probably a good idea to start from the center and work out, or from one end and work away from it. Looks like I had a little hole, so I'll just patch that real quick. The Worbla doesn't stick to the plaster at all. Now for the trans Worbla. In my experience, the trans Worbla is kind of difficult to work with. The amount of time that it's in that sweet zone of cool enough to touch but moldable is very, very short. Guess we'll just have to burn our fingers. prepared a silicone mold as well, just for tips and prickles. This is silicone putty, which is roughly 100 times the price of plaster by weight, but has some benefits. It cures fully in about 30 minutes, and is flexible so you can curve it around a form with the hot Worbla still in it. It's also food safe, a cleaner process, and easier to order online. The results are effectively the same. But Tom, I'm scared that I won't be able to use this technique for my curved forms. Come on, I'll show you. Come on, come on. Place your piece in the mold and heat it up just a little. Gingerly remove it and place it over your form. Let gravity do the work when you can. Let's see what a quick paint job can do. I simply hit these with some gold spray paint and then added some dirt with raw umber acrylic paint. It took me about 15 minutes. Spread across an entire project, this technique is going to save you hours and give you a beautiful, sturdy product. Thanks for watching, folks. Please like and share this video and subscribe. Also, check out all of the featured cosplayers and their lovely work. Please consider contributing to my Patreon or buying me a coffee on Ko-Fi, so I can make more of this kind of content. Links in the description. Thanks again!